Welcome inside the NXT arena. This is NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way. The Ascension have held the NXT Tag Team titles for nearly a year. They are the longest reigning champions of any kind in NXT's history.
On Sin Cara!
Oh! Selena Del Sol! The cover from Kalisto! The Ascension has fallen! We have new tag team champs! Up with his hair! Frenchie's getting a shave! Oh!
He doesn't even have eyebrows anymore!
I am proud and honored to introduce to you international sensation, Kenta!
I will be known as Hideo Itami. My goal is to be NXT champion.
We could see a new women's champion today.
Bayley's not gonna quit! Bayley's not gonna quit against Charlotte!
Oh, watch out!
Natural selection! And that's gonna do it. The women's champ retains.
The following contest is a fatal four-way match for the NXT Championship.
Never wanted this. Never wanted Sami Zayn. Never wanted Tyson Kidd. Never wanted Tyler Breeze all in the same match so he can prove that he's the best.
Haluva kick! This is Zayn's moment! What the hell?
What?
Sami Zayn caught with a super kick. The red arrow connects. Adrian Neville, the cover on Kidd. Sami Zayn trying to save it, but the champion is going to hold on to his title.
Adrian Neville has just validated himself as perhaps one of the greatest NXT champions we have ever seen.
On the heels of an historic NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way in which Adrian Neville withstood 3 competitors to retain the NXT Championship, this is NXT, and guys, look at who's here.
We got
Titus O'Neil's in the house. We got a big one tonight, Rich, making history every single day. Don't change that dial, baby.
NXT Universe! Now, first of all, let me start off by saying this is an honor and a privilege for all of you to be in the presence of me, Titus O'Neil, an actual WWE superstar. Now, a few weeks ago, Sami Zayn, Tyler Breeze, and Adrian Neville, they wanted to come on my show of Monday Night Raw. So I figured I'd return the favor and come and hang out and take some of y'all's time. So I'll just sit here. I might sit here all night. I'll hold this show up. I might even go to sleep out here. Oh, wait a second. I forgot. I had another announcement to make. From now on, this show will be called NXTITUS. Say it with me. NXTITUS.
Thank God. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. I'm not a huge Sami Zayn fan, but I'm glad he's out here to shut up Titus O'Neil.
I love Sami Zayn.
Titus O'Neil saying that Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville basically stole his time on Monday Night Raw. I wish he did fall asleep up there, to be honest.
Hey, come on, wait. Ladies and gentlemen, Titus O'Neil. Come on. All right? Yeah. Hey, I'm so glad you're here because you really are filling a giant void of what we need here in NXT, which is a giant buffoon who couldn't win a match to save his life.
Woo. Got a point, Renee.
And hey, newsflash, okay? While you're busy getting beaten up by bunnies, we're here in NXT stealing the show.
Well, Sammy, how about I steal this show by giving you a beating of a lifetime?
Oh, guys, this is about to get real interesting.
Got another player in the game.
Adrian Neville, the NXT champion. Sammy. With all due respect, if Titus O'Neil wants to come here, in fact, if anybody wants to come here to NXT and disrespect this place, well, it's going to be me who stands up to defend it.
Hey, wait. So only you can defend NXT because you're the NXT champion?
What would this party be without Tyson Kidd?
In my opinion, this man stole the show a week ago at NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way. I cannot wait to hear what he has to say.
I'm sure he'd tell you the exact same thing.
He sure would.
Guys, come on, relax. Titus actually has a point. You two are losers. The difference is that Adrian is the NXT champion and Sammy, you're not. Fact. Now, Sammy, I understand you're a little disappointed in Adrian and how he retained his NXT championship at TakeOver. And to be perfectly honest, so am I. I'm a little disappointed as well, so I feel your pain. I really do. Fact. Sammy, switch roles. Put yourself in Adrian's shoes. Pretend you're the NXT champion. Wouldn't you do whatever it takes to retain that title?
Hey, I'll come right out and say it. I'm not mad at Adrian Neville for what he did at TakeOver. He did what he had to do. I'm just saying, you know, from a moral standpoint, I don't think I would have done the same thing.
Well, Sammy, that is why you will never be the NXT champion.
Excuse me, friends, foes, whatever you may be, I could care less about either one of you losers. I'm here to make a statement. And a statement I will make.
Finally.
Some order around here.
Now, gentlemen, please. This is a fighting show, not a whining show. So I suggest we somehow get to fighting. Now, as general manager, I think it would definitely be best for business if the NXT universe got to see all four you men compete tonight. Titus, let me just tell you one thing. I like your initiative, and yes, you will get to make your statement tonight. because you will be teaming with Tyson Kidd. And you will be facing the team of Sami Zayn and the NXT champion, Adrian Neville. And that will be our main event.
The ruler spoke.
Yeah, as the law's been laid down, what a main event that is going to be tonight. Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville going to have to put aside, well, whatever differences there may be after that fatal four-way matchup at TakeOver.
I don't think that any four of these competitors are on the same page right now.
I just think the record should state that Titus O'Neil has $1 million body and a 5-cent head. Just had to get that out there.
Okay.
Just had to get that out.
Hey, air your grievances on here. Do it. I say go for it.
Guys, welcome here to NXT tonight alongside Renee Young and Alex Riley. I'm Rich Brennan. Right now, we want to take you back 1 week ago to NXT TakeOver and the introduction of one of the most highly talked about signings in WWE recent history anyway, maybe of all time, when Hideo Itami was introduced. NXT General Manager William Regal was less than pleased, though, when the historic moment was interrupted by Connor and Victor of the Ascension. The duo were still seething from losing the NXT Tag Team Championships earlier in the night and took out their frustration on NXT's newest superstar, but Itami reciprocated the attack and brazenly let it be known that he is ready for battle. Well, guys, later on tonight, the in-ring debut of Hideo Itami. He will take on Justin Gabriel right here tonight on NXT.
Ugly people. Brock Lesnar impose his will. Eat, sleep, conquer. John Cena. Lesnar has won the WWE World Title.
And I will not lay down. I will fight. He's gonna have to beat every last breath out of this body. I am going to beat Brock Lesnar!
WWE Night of Champions pay-per-view event is presented by Diet Doom. This Sunday live right here on WWE Network.
Won't you follow me into the jungle? Ain't no God on my streets, in the heart of the jungle. Won't you follow me into the jungle?
Welcome back to NXT.
The following contest is a Divas match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from the Queen City, she's your NXT Women's Champion, Charlotte.
Let's take you back to last week, NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way, the NXT Women's Championship on the line, and Charlotte successfully defending that championship against Bayley in an epic match live on the WWE Network. But after the match, Sasha Banks attacking Bayley. And then the unthinkable happened. In the center of the ring, Charlotte would grab her former BFF and tag team partner Sasha Banks, tossed her aside, later saying that Bayley earned her respect and that Sasha was simply jealous.
Here's my
And
girl.
her opponent from Melbourne, Australia, Emma.
And look, the Emma signs are still here, guys.
The bubbles. It's so nice to have her here at NXT. It's been a long time.
This is my girl, Emma. This is my crush.
Oh, right.
How cute, how adorable she is.
She is.
Infectious energy.
Quite a deep history between Charlotte and Emma. As a matter of fact, Emma was Charlotte's first victory in the NXT Women's Title Tournament.
Yeah, she went on to beat Alexa Bliss and then Natalya to gain the NXT Women's Championship. Never beat Paige, though. I think that needs to be talked about. Paige had to relinquish the title because of her duties up with the WWE.
Charlotte looks none too pleased with Emma's dancing here today. As the champion, she wants a serious match right now.
Emma alone. Leave Emma alone. She's adorable.
This is a non-title matchup. Listen to the response for Emma from the NXT universe.
Yeah, they've seen all the accomplishments she's had. She's a diva of a WWE. She's on Raw. She's on SmackDown. Of course, they're happy to see her.
What is this?
Oh!
Whoa!
Uh-oh. Charlotte taking umbrage to that.
Talk about sending a message.
I guess what that was mind games early out of the champ. She's a veteran champion, Charlotte is.
I think that was a mind game from Emma as well. Emma's no fool to that. She knows how to taunt a competitor.
Charlotte going for the cover here, trying to put away Emma early on to kick out at one. Renee, do you think that Emma was taunting the NXT Women's Champion there?
Of course she was. She comes out dancing with her bubbles. I mean, that's what Emma does, but that's her game plan. If you don't come out with a game plan against the champ, then don't bother.
I'm going to ask you, Renee, do you think that was a smart move? Now watching this, now
maybe.
watching the dominance of Charlotte, you do not taunt Ric Flair's daughter. It's just not a smart move.
Well, now Emma's being taunted by Charlotte.
Figure four headlock clamped in. You can see Charlotte with that core strength just rolling Emma around in that move.
And not a lot of superstars get the opportunity to learn from their father this way. That is a small detail.
Oh, look at the bridge there. Cover, trying to put away the champ and
that you can guarantee her father taught her.
Charlotte showing some aggression here early on in this matchup.
And look at the way she methodically moves around the ring. She moves at her own pace. That's how you know she is a veteran in the ring.
She also knows that she has a target on her back right now, and that was made quite clear from Sasha Banks and with Bayley.
Yeah, Sasha looking a little jealous of Charlotte lately.
Wouldn't you be?
Absolutely, she's the champ.
Charlotte called Sasha's attack on Bayley at NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way, said it was simply just a bitter move, trying to steal the spotlight of the NXT Women's Champion. Look at Emma right now, trying to get back in this matchup, and a kick.
Emma's
well
trying to set
placed.
the tone.
As we invite you to get involved on social media tonight, hashtag WWE NXT, and look at that.
Just a strong forearm to the upper back of Emma. Sometimes it's the simple things. That's all it takes.
I mean, Alex, how frustrating is it for you to have a competitor come out and taunt you and try to make light of a situation?
Look out, Charlotte heading up to the top rope. We saw her land that moonsault at NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way, and Emma must have scouted the tape.
And Renee, it's not frustrating when you can do something about it, but right now it seems like Emma is in a bad way, and that it just gets more and more frustrating as the match goes on, knowing that your opponent's in your head.
Charlotte trying to regain control, but Emma finding some space, trying to find an opening, and look out.
Whoa, could be quick
Cover
one.
here, trying to put away Charlotte. Emma for the win, and a power out.
Been a huge upset.
Look out, Emma getting fired up. Here comes Emma again. Third time, and Charlotte on her heels now, well, actually flat on her back. And look at Emma.
Oh, this is how she winds up.
Here we go, Emma sandwich. What a huge win it would be for Emma here tonight, wouldn't it?
I mean,
it would be huge.
What a confidence builder, what it would do for her career, her psyche, her mind, momentum.
Look out, Charlotte.
Oh, whoa! Talk about a veteran move there.
Uh-oh. Emma going up high to the top rope. Here comes Emma! Crossbody! That could be enough for the victory, Emma!
Oh, what a kick out!
Put away Charlotte, wow!
And
Charlotte's not letting that happen.
That crossbody has beaten other WWE superstars in the past, Alicia Fox being one of them.
Of course.
Uh-oh, look out, Charlotte here. What a neck breaker. Talk about countering it. Oh!
Lights out.
Natural selection. Charlotte into the cover and the champ. With a big victory here tonight over Emma.
Here's your winner, NXT Women's Champion, Charlotte.
And just a little taste for any of the other divas that are keeping an eye on Charlotte right now.
Charlotte with an impressive victory here tonight.
I don't see anybody unseating the Queen for a very, very long time.
Guys, take a look right here. Charlotte with a counter. Look at this neck breaker out.
I mean, that's just perfectly executed. That's the thing about Charlotte. Her in-ring technique is second to none. And then the natural selection finishes off Emma like it's done to so many other competitors in the past. A very, very dominant presence and performance out of Charlotte. And we found out earlier tonight by the brand new NXT GM William Regal, we're gonna have a tag team match in our main event. It's Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn going up against Titus O'Neil and Tyson Kidd. Guys, I cannot wait for this one.
And getting set to make his NXT debut, there is Hideo Itami getting set to take on Justin Gabriel next on NXT.
Having summer back is like having sand in your bikini.
This Sunday.
Are you sure, Rosa, that I can be in this car? I feel like you guys can really bond.
To bring summer into my car, why would I want this?
See why divas?
You're a trashy, classless person.
Naughty! Is this how you treat TJ? Is this why you and TJ have problems?
Shouldn't carpool.
You pull us over like a freaking crazy woman? You do.
Don't miss a brand new Total Divas this Sunday at 9, only on E!
For one fall. Introducing first from Cape Town, South Africa, weighing 215 pounds, Justin Gabriel.
This is a badass man.
It is, Rich. You don't mind if I do this, do you?
Go ahead.
Let me take a breath. It's kind of becoming a ritual of mine. There he is, the bear fighting, snake wrangling, volcano luging, motocross racing. I'm about to jump out of a perfectly good airplane, high-flying Justin Gabriel. I can keep going if you want me to.
We only
have about an hour. I'll stop.
What else do you have in your artillery? It's amazing.
Justin Gabriel, I guess the daredevil, Alex Riley. I think that's what you just described, right?
He's absolutely the daredevil, to say the least. The daredevil.
And look at the reaction. Look at the reaction for the debut of Hideo Itami.
And his opponent from Tokyo, Japan, weighing 180 pounds, Hideo Itami.
Well, it's no doubt a high-pressure situation here tonight for Hideo Itami in his debut. But Hideo has his good friend and former WWE superstar Funaki here at NXT, helping with his transition from Japan. We'll find out if Funaki's influence can help Hideo with a win here tonight against Justin Gabriel.
Guys, this is so exciting. I have goosebumps on my arms right now from just the energy here at Full Sail University.
One of the most highly anticipated in-ring debuts in a long time here at WWE and NXT. Hideo Itami has arrived.
I can't wait.
Can't wait to see what Itami brings to the ring here. And this ought to be an interesting matchup. Obviously, Itami, well-traveled, had major success in Japan. He brings that very strong Japanese style to the ring, Alex.
Yeah, a Japanese style going against a man from South Africa, really a South African style. This should be a very, very interesting matchup and a good test for Justin Gabriel.
You know, I actually talked to Jason Albert, who had wrestled in Japan for over 6.5 years, and he says that Hideo is one of the biggest stars in Japan. He's actually trained by the great Kobashi, who gave him his stamp of approval.
But I tell you what, guys, you can throw that all out the window right now because this place is the best in the world. NXT, it matters what you do here. It matters what you do tonight.
Okay, Itami, go. Wow,
there's
what a
those
kick.
kicks.
What elevation on the kick and connecting right to the jaw of Justin Gabriel.
I'll tell you what, that was a good start.
As soon as Hideo came in here to NXT, I interviewed him. He said his style is kick. That's what we see.
Now Itami able to put the brakes on right there. And now, ooh. Oh! Looked like he was trying to pull Gabriel up by that ponytail.
Yeah, I mean, that's a former tag team champion in Justin Gabriel. You got to be able to outsmart him.
Gabriel pounding away on Itami right now, trying to make a statement of his own.
I love the new side of aggression that we're seeing out of Justin Gabriel. He's really trying to make a name for himself, get his career going again, grab some momentum here at NXT.
Now trying to go for a suplex, nicely blocked. Oh, finally up and over. Going for the cover here, hook of the leg, and Itami able to stay alive.
A beautiful double underhook suplex there by Justin Gabriel.
Talked to Gabriel earlier today, and he said growing up, he studied both Lucha Libre as well as the Japanese strong style. He likes to think of his work in the ring as being kind of a hybrid of that.
Yeah, and this guy's a former member of the Nexus. He's been to the dance, he's been to WrestleMania. This is a great test for both of these men tonight here at NXT.
Hideo Itami is one of the biggest stars to come out of Japan. He knows what he's doing here.
Again, going for that double underhook suplex. This time blocked again by Itami, able to reverse. Oh! The former amateur kickboxer, Hideo Itami, trying to take control of this matchup. His debut here at NXT.
Machine gun shots there.
Looks confident, doesn't he, Alex?
He does. He looks confident. He looks in control. And I'll tell you what he did. He countered Justin Gabriel's suplex. Look at this.
Look at this.
Get Itami go.
Oh! What a high boot.
Look at the flexibility and the agility it takes to get your leg up that high.
Well, it seems to be the NXT Universe is
Oh!
already behind Hideo.
Flexibility plus speed equals power. You're about to see a lot of all three. Look out!
Look out. Springboard! Wow, what a drop kick. Looked like he caught Gabriel right in the midsection. Look at these strong kicks.
It's quite the showcase.
Oh! Bit of a hesitation drop kick there. Justin Gabriel reeling.
Is he going up to the top rope?
Tommy thinking something big here in his debut on NXT.
Never seen it, but I bet it's something cool.
Oh, my! Hook of the leg here. Is that enough to put away Justin Gabriel? Yes! What a debut!
Here's your winner, Hideo Itami.
Hideo has arrived.
Listen to the NXT Universe. Oh! Look out! It's the Ascension!
Welcome to the big time, kid.
He dealt with them on TakeOver, and hopefully he can stand up to them again tonight.
Connor and Victor, the former NXT Tag Team Champions, try to ruin the debut of Hideo Itami. And look at this, they're just pounding away.
Oh!
Oh, look out. Connor and Victor trying to set up Itami for the fall man. Oh! Talk about dizzying high and lows.
And Rich, that's just Ascension sending a message to the young kid here at NXT saying, this is still our house. We are the longest reigning champions here at NXT, 344 days, and you're not gonna come over to our side and make a name for yourself that easily. You're not gonna embarrass us at all, not one bit.
Still to come on NXT, our NXT champion Adrian Neville will team up with Sami Zayn to take on the challenge of Tyson Kidd and Titus O'Neil. That's our main event.
Well, I can see why this isn't a tourist destination. This village is only like 300 years old. Whoa. Now that's creepy.
There's a lot of things about our village that people don't know about. A lot of things that, well, we like to keep private. If it's real history you want to see, you need to see the Stones of the Gods. It's a 7-hour hike from here. But you can always stay in one of the cabins down the road.
Cabin in the woods. Let's not delay. Did you hear that? There's something out there.
It's locked.
What is going on, guys?
What is that thing?
Kwatha De Dana.
What does that mean?
Leprechaun.
Run.
Sorry to give you such a scare.
Welcome back to NXT here on the WWE Network.
Perfect.
I love this guy.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Joliet, Illinois, weighing 227 pounds, CJ Parker.
Alex, do you really think that CJ Parker believes in his message?
I absolutely do. I think this man is fully 100% committed to making the earth and the world a better place. And he's starting here right here at NXT.
I think he just quotes an inconvenient truth when he can.
I think he's memorized the lines to that. Look, he's still going to sign.
But that's all original material there. That sign, he did that himself.
Yeah, probably from unrecycled paper.
Come on. You know, just like you, Renee, to get on somebody for trying to help out the world, just like you don't like Tim Tebow.
First of all,
just
those are
like
very
you dislike. There's no reason
topics.
to dislike Tim Tebow.
What does this say here? Earth Makeover. Earth Makeover. There we go. That makes sense.
I'm all for benefiting the earth. I'm all for it. I just don't know that he is.
And his opponent from Kansas City, weighing 285 pounds, Baron Corbin.
Guys, this is a rematch from NXT TakeOver, and surprisingly, CJ Parker actually requested this rematch. He said he wasn't ready to face Corbin at TakeOver.
I'm surprised CJ Parker was able to walk into the ring today after what Baron Corbin did to him at TakeOver.
Yes, CJ Parker being ready for that match is arguable, but what's not arguable is the presence that this man has, Baron Corbin, and I tell you what, that's something in a WWE superstar that cannot be taught, and something that is very important, and it comes in abundance with Baron Corbin.
Well, you know, with NXT's Instagram, with their Instagram and Twitter accounts at WWE NXT, they actually captured Baron Corbin after the match, just walking away. He didn't say a word to anybody after his match.
Barely broke a sweat.
Look at the face of CJ Parker. He looks a little nervous.
Wouldn't you be, Rich?
Oh, absolutely.
6'8", 300 pounds. Oh!
But let's not lose focus of the fact that CJ Parker, he's a player here at NXT.
Absolutely is. I've always agreed with that. Always been a huge fan of CJ Parker, but he's got a mountain to climb tonight.
Alex, do you think tonight will be a different outcome for Parker now that he knows what's ahead of him?
I was going to say yes until I saw the first minute of this match.
Yeah.
And I saw the look in that man's eyes.
Wow.
Any sources that I've talked to try to get any bit of information on Baron
Oh,
Corbin.
good night.
Look out! He calls that the end of days. And that's the end of CJ Parker tonight anyway.
The only way to describe him is as a lone wolf.
Here's your winner, Baron Corbin.
All right, guys, he didn't break a sweat.
He didn't feel any pain.
And his expression never changed. I mean, that's a scary thought when you think about this being the best competition in the world.
Let's take one more look, guys. Again, this unique swinging face plant.
And that's just pure strength. Strength that cannot be taught anywhere. Leverage, 6'8", 300 pounds. And that's the end of the match. It's the end of days and the end of the match for CJ Parker.
Oh, guys, switching gears right here. Let's take you back to 1 week ago. NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way. Hair versus hair match. Sylvester Lafore against Enzo Amore. And Enzo rolling up Sylvester for the victory. As Big Cass and Enzo grabbed Sylvester to bring him over to the barber's chair, he slipped away, leaving his friend and tag team partner Marcus Louis to the devices of the hair removal gel dumped all over his head. And let's just say it was not a pretty sight, a very visibly shaken Marcus Louis. And right here, this is Instagram footage of Marcus Louis after the match last week. Look at Louis' reaction, seeing himself in the mirror for the first time. Guys, on the heels of that, here's what happened earlier today at the WWE Performance Center.
Hey, Enzo, what are we going to do to Sylvester LaFord and Marcus Sweet?
I hit him with the shut up uppercut.
Yeah, how you doing? How you doing?
One hand,
Enzo, your sister's here, man.
You don't have a sister.
I don't have a sister.
Yeah, you guys.
Carmella!
Yo.
What are you doing
What
here?
am I doing here? I got fired thanks to you guys.
What do we do?
What did you do? You made one of my clients' dogs bald.
Oh, yeah, that was...
a favor, then this is how you repay me?
Well, sorry, we said we're sorry. It does. You want to see what it...
Enzo, shut up.
What are you doing here? What do you want?
I want a job.
Well, we already got a receptionist, so you're
No,
all out
I
of
want
luck.
to be a fighter. I'm here to fight.
You want to be
You
a
wanna
fighter?
fight?
Yeah.
Wait, you think you're tough, Carmel?
Yeah, I'm tough. Okay, you got 5 brothers, and they're all tougher than 2 of you.
Oh,
two
yeah, I've heard that
idiots.
brother
And I'm
story
tougher than
before.
them.
Yeah, you're tough. And if my aunt had hair on her back, she'd be my uncle.
Oh, down goes Zoe!
I'm here to fight, okay? I'll be here
All
tomorrow.
right, Carmella.
You guys are going to help me whether you like it or not.
All right, calm
Okay, I'm
down.
gonna
You
be
can't
here
just come in
tomorrow.
here throwing things around willy-nilly. This is where we work. Wow, she's pretty upset, huh? Zoe, you went down like a sack of potatoes, bro.
Don't post that.
Oh, don't worry, I won't. You have my word.
I'm gonna rip John Cena limb from limb, and it's gonna be ugly, people. Brock Lesnar impose his will, eat, sleep, conquer John Cena. Lesnar has won the WWE World Title.
But I will not lay down. I will fight. He's gonna have to beat every last breath out of this body. I am going to beat Brock Lesnar.
WWE Night of Champions pay-per-view event is presented by Diet Doom. This Sunday live right here on WWE Network.
Well, guys, next week, the NXT Tag Team Champions Sin Cara and Kalisto will defend their championships against the Ascension. The Ascension, who held those titles for almost 1 year, get their rematch. It's next week, right here on NXT.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 200 pounds, Tyson Kidd.
We are ready for our main event here tonight. Tag team action with Tyson Kidd teaming up with Titus O'Neil against Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn. And Tyson Kidd earlier tonight called both Zayn and Neville both losers. I mean, the attitude just still follows this guy around, Alex.
Well, when you base it off the performance that was given at NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way, everybody in the ring was a loser but Tyson Kidd. He stole the show that night, and he did it all with his cats on his mind. And we talked about that interview before, he was thinking about his cats.
Very smug.
They wanna talk.
And his partner, from Tampa, Florida, weighing 272 pounds, Titus O'Neil.
Titus O'Neil tweeted at Adrian Neville during TakeOver. Neville still celebrating his victory at Fatal 4-Way and said, well, you, Sami Zayn, stole my time on Raw. O'Neil showing up tonight saying, now I'm here to steal your time.
A brash move, Rich, but I respect it.
And their opponents, introducing first, from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing 197 pounds, Sami Zayn.
Today, Sami Zayn still looks like he has some spring in his step, despite being, well, he said he was numb after losing that Fatal 4-Way matchup.
Sami Zayn cannot be held down. He's never been in a position to be held down. Sure, he's come close to championship opportunities, but he still comes here to fight, and that's what he's going to do today.
I'll shorten that up for you, Renee. He's never won the big one, is what I'm trying to say.
What a champ!
Partner from Newcastle, England, weighing 194 pounds, he's the NXT champion, Adrian Neville.
Talk about a guy that has won the big one several times. Adrian Neville, including, well, what It was an interesting fatal four-way matchup. Alex Riley, Adrian Neville pulled his best friend, Sami Zayn. Well, pulled him out of the ring, but it looked like Zayn had the championship won, but you do what you gotta do to win the title, right?
Absolutely do, Rich, and that's what he did. That's the most important part of that discussion is why he did it. He did it to win the match, and that is that.
But what about the fact of what Sami Zayn came out here and said? Maybe they're not on the same moral ground anymore.
What is moral? I mean, this is NXT. He's the champion. That's the most important thing to him.
Sami Zayn and Tyson Kidd starting things off, and it was Zayn who said earlier tonight, I'm not mad at Adrian Neville, but I would not have done the same thing. And look at that, a quick tag, and here comes Neville.
Do you believe
this
that,
is
Rich?
just showing, I mean, these guys traveled all over the world together, and now pulling cheap shots like that?
Makes for great competition.
Not when they're on the same team.
So the NXT champion and Tyson Kidd, who have quite the history between them, starting things off in this tag team matchup here tonight in our main event on NXT.
I'm just so impressed with Tyson Kidd lately. On the microphone, in the ring, he just gains confidence every single day.
Is confidence ever a factor for Tyson Kidd?
Neville trying to put away Tyson Kidd early on to power out at one. Alex, you said Sami Zayn hasn't, oh, look at that. A bit of a blind tag right there.
Not something you're seeing from Sami Zayn.
You said that Zayn hasn't won the big match. What about Tyson Kidd? He's had a number of opportunities to put away Adrian Neville.
Oh, Zayn just stole one of Neville's moves!
Adrian Neville does not look impressed.
Very vocal NXT universe.
Guys, better than Neville. Better than Neville is what they're chanting, stirring the pot just a little bit more between these two best friends.
Loves to stir the pot, calling Tyson Natty's husband.
Whoa!
And I love him for it.
Standing corkscrews, shooting star press. My goodness.
And
that's how impressive that was. And Kidd somehow able to kick out of it. Look, Sami Zayn applauding.
That's when you know you are the best, is when you are simply trying to outdo your partner in the ring.
Unbelievable. Is there anything that Adrian Neville cannot do? Think about the impact that Neville and Zayn made on Monday Night Raw, Renee. You were there for that.
It was fantastic. They blew up the internet afterwards. They had that article on BuzzFeed of the 11 reasons why NXT is the future. And if that's not creating a wave here for NXT, I don't know what can.
And Renee, here's a poignant question for you. You were there. Who do you think stood out the most out of all those NXT superstars?
I'm going to say Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn just blew the place
Even though
up.
Adrian Neville won the match.
Adrian Neville was trending worldwide from that too, so I would put it down to the two of them.
We get to see Titus O'Neil get into the match. Hey guys, let's not take anything away from Tyler Breeze. I think we can all agree he was probably the most beautiful NXT superstar.
That's my
match,
guy right there. That's my guy, Tyler Breeze.
Another tag made. Adrian Neville with the basement drop kick there. I think Sami Zayn did make the tag, and look out, Zayn.
Whoa!
Wow! Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville can't tell if they're on the same page, but so far so good. Can they come up with a win? We'll find out as NXT continues.
I'm a warrior who can text at the speed of light.
The Celtic Crusader doesn't fight much crime.
Shenanigans. I'm sensing a bully.
But he's bro-kicking bullying with his super speed texting tips.
And the Celtic Crusader saves the day!
Join the Celtic Crusader and play the bully text game. Text STAR to 38383.
Taco stand against booties. Darn you, autocorrect.
You don't have to be super, just super-ish.
Any cause, any time, anywhere.
Back here on NXT, our main event continues. Tag team matchup. Titus O'Neil tagging himself in.
And Sami Zayn very handily putting himself into the equation tonight.
Yeah, guys, if you missed the first part of this match,
laying into him.
Tyson Kidd, Titus O'Neil against Adrian Neville, the NXT champion, Sami Zayn, and right now, O'Neil trying to manhandle Sami Zayn out.
And until Titus O'Neil got in, it was pretty much Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville just trying to one-up each other. Oh! You're the strength out of Titus. Again, you just cannot teach that.
Oh, just tossing him around like a
rag doll.
Yeah. Titus O'Neil, former professional football player.
Tommy, come on.
And just look at the size of this man.
He's huge. You know, he's mad. They took up his time on Monday Night Raw. He's coming here to get a little FaceTime at NXT. Can't blame him.
And that's what happens sometimes when you have ability like Titus O'Neil. You lose focus. That's what he has got to do. That's the next stage of his development. Stay focused.
Good teamwork there at the tag, and now Tyson Kidd trying to keep control of this matchup after Titus O'Neil just manhandled Sami Zayn. Back elbow into the cover here, and Zayn able to stay alive.
And that's a great detail at a Tyson Kidd, a beautiful high elbow. Sometimes it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be placed correctly.
If you want to get involved on Twitter, the hashtag WWE NXT, and guys, TakeOver was the second most active social media event during prime time 1 week ago. I mean, the world just blew up.
It's awesome.
It's over 20 worldwide trends, correct? I mean, that is absolutely remarkable.
Of course, that match, or that night, ended with Adrian Neville retaining his NXT championship. Fatal four-way matchup against Tyson Kidd, Sami Zayn,
A little
and Tyler
controversy
Breeze.
in there, no less.
I mean, is it controversy? We talked about it a little bit earlier. Adrian Neville simply pulled Sami Zayn out of the ring to retain his championship.
Yeah,
it was a no disqualification match, Alex.
And there's been discussion of morals. I mean, he did what he had to do to win the match. These people here at NXT love their champion, and he just did what he needed to do to stay their champion.
Well, what's Neville and Zayn going to do to win this matchup here tonight? This match was made by general manager William Regal early on after Titus O'Neil came and said he's here to take.
Sami doesn't look like he knows where he is.
Yeah, he's here to take the time on NXT, and you're right, Sami Zayn has just been manhandled here.
Yeah, Titus O'Neil clearly the biggest, strongest competitor in the ring right now. Sami Zayn's got to find a way to create some space. This is not good. Not good for Sami Zayn.
If you count in the skill of Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, or Tyson Kidd, I mean, that goes miles.
Adrian Neville looks primed and ready to make the tag if Sami Zayn can get there, but right now, Titus O'Neil with a deep abdominal stretch on Sami Zayn, pounding away at the ribs and the kidney area for good measure.
And he's going to put more and more of that animosity aside the longer he's in this hold, I promise you that.
Oh, you have a man that size putting you into an abdominal stretch. I can't imagine, Alex, what that feels like.
It hurts bad. I can't even describe how bad that hurts is.
I got you.
Thank you, Rich.
We're picking up what you're putting down.
Thank you.
Look at O'Neil here. Tyson Kidd enjoying watching the punishment.
Of course he is. Trash talking from the outside.
O'Neil just...
Convenient place to do it from.
I mean, he was just standing on the face of Sami Zayn. It's about embarrassing your opponent more than anything else.
I mean, Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville, if they can come together here, they could secure the victory if they get on the same page.
This teamwork here by Tyson Kidd and Titus O'Neil.
It's always interesting to see how two competitors team up with each other that have never really, been in the same ring with each other. Titus O'Neil and Tyson Kidd, and they look great.
Now Sami Zayn hung up in a bad way right now. What's Kidd doing here, Alex?
Look at that, he's applying pressure to his neck and using the post as leverage to put more pressure on the neck of Sami Zayn.
Tyson Kidd knows his way
smart.
around
Yeah,
the ring.
he's
Very smart.
Nobody better technically.
You saw the way that he was picking apart his opponents.
Oh! Sami Zayn somehow able to get out of the way. Tyson Kidd trying to come down hard on the neck and back of Sami Zayn as he was hung up on that bottom rope. Zayn desperately trying to make the tag.
This is his chance.
Tyson Kidd able to pull Zayn back to the corner. O'Neil tags himself in. Sami Zayn has said that if he loses, he picks himself off. He dusts himself off, and gets right back at it. He's attempted to do that here tonight, but it has been all Tyson Kidd.
Can you blame him?
And Titus O'Neil.
Look at this. Ow!
This is. I mean,
Titus O'Neil might be too talented for his own good sometimes. I mean, he's just toying with Sami Zayn.
too talented or too strong.
Former Florida Gator. Titus O'Neil dragging Zayn back to the opposite corner. Tag made. Tyson Kidd back into the matchup. Oh! Vicious kick. This could do it right here. Cover, center of the ring, and somehow Zayn stays alive.
There's still that fight in Sami Zayn. That doesn't go away, ever.
Richie's got to find a way right now to get to Adrian Neville, create some space, find some oxygen, and make this tag.
Alex, early in this match, it looked like Zayn and Neville were in control of things, but they seem to be, well, too intent on showing each other up. It's costing them right now, isn't it?
I think it was a little bit of that, and I think it was a little bit of the $1 million body tagging in Titus O'Neil and really starting to dominate this thing with his strength and power.
What a kick by Tyson Kidd. Standing on the head of Sami Zayn, tag made, Titus O'Neil. Lining up, Sami Zayn with a big leg drop.
Let's look at the size difference between Titus O'Neil and Sami Zayn. Drop a leg on his head?
Zayn rolled to a corner, I think perhaps assuming that's where his tag team partner was.
And you made a great point, Rich. Early in the match, they had to put their differences aside and stay focused. Don't get cocky. Remember, winning the match is the most important thing tonight.
O'Neil lining up Sami Zayn. Zayn able to get the elbow up. O'Neil missing again, and now Zayn desperately crawling.
This is opportunity.
He's got to make this tag. There it is, tag made, and here comes Adrian Neville, the NXT champ. He's on fire, Alex.
Look at this. Nobody better when he's got the momentum.
The fresh Adrian Neville.
I don't think that Tyson Kidd or Titus O'Neil are ready for the speed of Adrian Neville right now.
It's a dangerous Adrian Neville. Neville again. Cover here, center of the ring. Isn't enough. O'Neil in to break up the pinfall. Sami Zayn charging back. What does Zayn have left at this point?
I mean, that's Sami Zayn. He proves it night after night after night.
Look out, Adrian Neville going to the top rope. Titus O'Neil shoving. Oh, he shoved Neville off, and look at this. Hook of the leg. Tyson Kidd able to get the victory. My goodness.
Here are your winners, Tyson Kidd and Titus O'Neil.
Wow.
Adrian Neville appeared to be going to the top rope for the Red Arrow.
Backfired on him tonight.
Guys, let's take another look at how this one unfolded here tonight. Adrian Neville going to the top rope for the Red Arrow, Alex.
Titus O'Neil providing the push, a little bit of distraction, and Tyson Kidd's knees up.
The focus there, of course, the knees of Tyson Kidd.
Get a good look at it right here, Renee.
Oh, right on the top of the forehead of Adrian Neville, and it's just too much. Tyson Kidd gets the win with Titus O'Neil.
Neville and Zayn, longtime friends. Does Sami still feel some animosity after Neville cost him the NXT title at TakeOver? And what about what just happened here tonight?
Remember, guys, they have got to put their differences aside. Their careers, their lives are on the line here at NXT.